Okay, it is 5 o'clock PM on Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025. We will call the Board of Works and Safety meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Weigel.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Daniel.
In front of you are the minutes, here. In front of you are the minutes from our last meeting on April 8th. I did have a change in, under the farmer's market, it was Aurelia Slusher, not Fletcher. But besides that, was there any other changes or corrections? Okay, I'll make a motion we approve with the noted change.
Second.
Motion seconded, further discussion. All those in favor show the usual sign. It is unanimous. Next up is the street closing request for a block party on Camden. Come on up. Are you Jordan?
Yes, sir.
Hi, Jordan, come on up. Appreciate you making time to be here today.
Absolutely.
We just had a couple of questions just to have a good understanding of what you were planning. I think it's awesome. You guys are thinking about having a block party. I think it's fantastic stuff. I wish everyone could have a block party with their neighbors. So just wanted to really make clear, your plan is to close off all of Camden from Hannah Street to 100 South, right?
Not all of it,
Okay,
but
no.
I would say majority. There's a cul-de-sac on the other side of Hannah Street that I don't really need.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But everything from, like, anything in between basically the two roads.
Correct.
That on this block, right?
Yep.
Really the only concern I guess I would have in general is that for some reason we have to get a fire truck down there, have to get a police truck, police vehicle down there, that as long as we can get vehicles down there, safety vehicles, and again,
Yeah.
if it's on the other side of the street, it's not a problem, but if they have to come down your street, as long as there's an understanding of that.
Yeah.
You guys have any concerns about it besides that?
Hoping we get an ambulance down there if we need to.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. So the only other concern that there was from our fire chief that said, as long as the cooking appliances are easily movable. I'm assuming we're talking grills, right?
Potentially, yeah. Some of my neighbors wanted a grill out front.
Okay.
I haven't decided yet if we're gonna do I know a few friends of mine own food trucks, so I don't know if they're gonna be there or not, but I will make sure that if they are, that any vehicle could get around them.
Yeah, as
easily.
long as they can move, or obviously hugging the curb, if you will, because I think there's roll curbs there, right? So,
Correct.
So as long as we can get a big fire truck down the road or an EMS down the road, I think it's a great idea.
Okay.
I think we're supportive. So, and so 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. Is the block party during that time, or is that?
It's mostly gonna be 12 to 3.
12 to 3, okay. So that's the party, and then you have the road blockage, just to make
Correct.
sure you can set up. Cool. Okay, I will make a motion that we approve the street closing permit for the block party on June 7th as presented.
I'll second.
Motion seconded, further discussion. All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous. Thanks for being here.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
answering some of the questions we have.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, next up is encroachment agreement for 1750 East Inverness Circle. Who wants to come on up? You both can if you want, or?
It's up to you.
I need a name and address, please.
I'm Adam with W.A. Zimmer. We're representing the Sourages.
Okay. And you guys are looking to put up a pergola, is that what I understand?
Yes.
Okay. And it just kind of, it goes into the easement there. It kind of goes all the way back to the property lines. I'm looking at the map. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
those property lines are pretty tight through there.
Yeah,
There's already an existing concrete patio. We're not going to extend past the current patio. All of our foundation work is going to be at the corner of the existing.
Okay.
So we'll put in the necessary footers for building code and everything. But we're not going to extend past the concrete patio that's there. So I guess I don't really see, I don't see it impeding into the easement any more than what it already is.
What it already is?
So-
Because it's just a concrete slab patio
It's just
right
a
now?
concrete slab now,
Okay.
yeah, and just looking to put a covering over it to help keep the sun and the heat and stuff off the back of the house and give them somewhere to set.
Sure, I got you. From a utility perspective, is there any concerns in the easement there, in that area? No? No? Okay. Any questions from the board?
No, as long as they stay where they're at, I'm okay with that.
Yep. Nope. Okay,
Well, is there gonna be a step out into the easement, or is there a door going into the easement?
No, we're just strictly putting a roof over top of it.
over top of the.
So the concrete that's there is gonna stay there now, other than the work that we have to do to meet the building code requirements. But we're not gonna extend past the existing slab that's there, so there's,
Know if there'll be steps or?
it's just gonna be flat with the ground like it is now.
Yep, so just putting a top on what you
Just-
got.
Yep, just covering what's there, trying to make the most of it.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we approve the encroachment agreement for 1750 East Inverness Circle as presented.
Second.
Motion seconded, further discussion. All those in favor show by the usual sign, it is unanimous. Of course, we always say this, although there's not utilities there, so it won't be a problem, but we always say, if you build in the easement, then if for some reason we have to get in there for utility purposes, we will try to give you a forewarning.
Correct.
And give you time to take it down. If it's an emergency, we will take it down as carefully, but it's on you to replace.
Yep.
Again, since there's no utilities there, you shouldn't have to worry about it.
Right.
Okay? Rosie, you want to tell me the next step?
Okay, I'll get this back to the planning in the morning and
And we'll
we
make,
can just go over there and finish it.
okay. All right, appreciate it.
Good?
Yep, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate
Yep.
it. Thank you.
Have a good evening.
You as well. Next up is pay request number 1 for Pulver asphalt paving, or Pulver asphalt paving, the trail. Chip?
Yes, I would like, this is the first pay app for the trail. It's for $316,903.90. They are moving very quickly. I'll give an update later, or would you prefer an update right now?
Sure, why not?
So within the next couple of weeks, they're gonna start working on Main Street. And so we're gonna have a lighted signal on Main Street that will allow one-lane traffic to go through while they put an island in. But that should be showing up here within the next week or so for that. And they're gonna do all the concrete along Main Street and then start paving and they'll be done.
So as a reminder to everyone here, the crossing, when you are on the east side of Main Street, going to be crossing over to the west side of Main Street along Spencer. There's gonna be a a pedestrian island in the
Yes.
middle that will be, I'm assuming it'll be like maybe a diamond-ish shape or something where
Correct.
they can kind of have protection, if you will.
Yeah.
And then, and so will there be an actual light or crossing after construction's over?
No, I think there might be a light there.
Okay, like
a
one of the flashing,
caution
like
lights,
205
yes.
or whatever the case is?
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, they are moving very quickly. They did do site restoration on Spencer and Chauncey Street where they have got everything in. So they're hopefully keeping people happy that way. But yeah, it's coming very quick. Yes.
I was gonna ask, on the actual pay application, is we have a couple of pages that are included, is the True North,
That
is
is-
that included in the price, or is that separate?
No, that's included in the whole price. That is
Okay.
the bridge. The bridge should be here May 22nd. I don't know if it'll be a day or a 2-day process, 1 crane, 2 crane process. That's a lot of the talk, so
Okay, so the 316 includes everything?
Correct.
For the trail, right?
that is all the invoices included.
Gotcha, okay. Question to Chip? Okay, I'll make a motion, we approve pay application, engineers project number 5251 for Pulver asphalt paving in the amount of $316,903.90.
I'll second.
Motion seconded, further discussion. All those in favor show by the usual sign, it is unanimous.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bills.
All right, I'll make a motion to pay all accounts payable in the amount of $636,756.70 from the allowance of account payable vouchers dated April 22nd, 2025 for checks.
Second.
Motion seconded, further discussion. All those in favor show by the usual sign, it is unanimous.
I'll make a motion to pay all accounts payable in the amount of $753,026.44 from the allowance of accounts payable vouchers dated April 22nd, 2025 for EFT payments.
Second.
Motion seconded, further discussion. All those in favor show by the usual sign, it is unanimous.
I make a motion to pay all accounts payable except overtime in the amount of $274,070.78, plus overtime in the amount of $10,000 $11.76 for a total of $284,082.54 for the pay file ending April 4th, 2025.
Second.
Motion and seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous.
And I'll make a motion to pay all accounts payable in the amount of $11,625 from the allowance of accounts payable vouchers dated April 11th, 2025 for clothing allowance for fire and police.
Second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous. Thank you. Department reports. Sean.
Well, we did have a brief outage in our AMI, our smart metering, Monday. And of course, immediately we had 2 outages in the county that didn't report because our AMI was down. So, the ladies kind of appreciate when we do have those smart meters running a lot more, because we didn't know until we started getting phone calls that it was even out. And there was 2 different locations, which we wouldn't have known, but they ended up calling from the second location anyway. So having that back up and running is a good thing with some upgrades. We're doing some more work at Eagle Park, redoing some work at Eagle Park, I should say, because it was engineered improperly, so we
We're
have
perfecting it.
we have to redo it, so. We'll let Dan talk about it. Leslie, Dan, and Jason Buckles and I did take a tour of the Prairie State Energy Campus, and I'll let Dan talk about that here in a minute, but awesome tour. Every time you go down there, something has changed, something's new, something's developed. It's a really neat adventure. And, then we're setting up for interviews. We're hiring 1. I've got 2 interviews, waiting for a 3rd one right now to schedule, so we'll be interviewing the next couple of weeks. I did ask a while back for permission to get quotes for a new bucket truck, which will replace our tree truck, and I just want to let everybody know that we're just now getting our specs done on that, so I just want to make sure everybody was still okay with me moving forward with that project. We're looking at a 2027 chassis right now, and then construction probably done in 28 on that truck, which is insane. But, so yeah, just want to make sure everybody's, get a blessing from you all to continue to move forward with that project since it's been a little while.
You guys fine? You guys good with that? Yep, we're good.
We did start stump grinding for Chip. We're not having a lot of luck with the stump grinder we have, so I'm gonna start looking around and see if we can find better options, but we'll get them done this year with it.
Was that the attachment?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the new ones are engineered a little different. They actually throw the chips away from the machine,
Oh,
and working in front yards, that's a problem.
you hitting cars?
No,
Houses.
Oh, houses,
is a
okay.
problem, yes. So, it's great for working in the middle of a forest or a
Yep.
field or whatever, but in someone's front yard,
That's a problem.
we have to engineer it to not do that.
Gotcha.
Other than that, just changing poles as fast as we can.
Did our mechanic fabricate something that he can?
We did.
I did.
That didn't work.
Oh, it didn't work?
Now we have 2 4x8 sheets of wood that we put in front of it, and we have to stake them in so that everything hits that. So
Oh.
it just takes
Oof.
takes a lot.
Takes a little,
Lot of time.
Gotcha. Okay. Questions, Sean? Thank you. Chip?
Yes, we met on site today for Eagle Park. Skate park should be wrapped up at the end of this week. We are trying to schedule, I've been talking with the mayor and one of the skate park committee members about scheduling a grand opening ceremony, like first week of June. So everything is coming along very good on that. I want to thank the electric department, since he's not here, for grinding. It's going very, very slow, the stump grinding. So yeah, if we can work on that. Trail update. I did meet yesterday. I gave the mayor an update with the developer of the property north of Walmart. We are moving forward with that, so that's good news. And just day-to-day stuff. Oh, I've got second round interviews for the community engagement specialist or tomorrow. The mayor's going to be part of that, so we'll see from there.
Question, Chip? Thank you. Kelly?
I reported here the past 3 weeks. I've had a couple guys over helping Matt at the park back with the dugouts, doing concrete work, and just wanted to give a shout out to Jason Wells and Tony Little. They did a good job on pouring concrete inside the dugouts and then back behind, and trying to help just get that project buttoned up. And today was the last day pouring, so
Good.
I think the roof's on, and
We start stretching fence tomorrow.
and thanks for Matt supplying some guys to come back and help run buggies and wheelbarrows and stuff like that too, so appreciate that. And we had a pre-construction meeting today in here with Brooks Construction and A&Z Engineering for our community crossings paving project. It's gonna happen this year, and it looks like their anticipated start time might be May 12th, and then hopefully finishing up maybe the end of July. 44 street segments to do, and I think there's 33 ADA ramps that are gonna get brought up to speed, so, yeah, that's it. Leaf
Question,
mulch is going quick too, so.
Sorry, what?
Leaf mulch is going quick. If
Yeah.
you want any, you better get back.
So if you want leaf mulch, you better get out there. Okay. It's amazing, once that weather turned,
I know.
shovels in the
Yeah.
ground. I mean, it's crazy. Questions of Kelly? Thank you. Matt?
As Kelly said, he had a crew over helping out, and we were able to get to dugouts to the point where the roofs are all on, and concrete was finally poured up today, and we should start stretching fence tomorrow. And the way it looks, barring any weather, we should have them ready for the 28th Monday, which is when our league starts. So, good job, and thanks for Kelly letting his guys come over and take some time out and help us out with that. We wouldn't have been as far as we are without them, so. Well, and his brother for mentioning the Amish crew that helped put the roofs up in one night, so,
Wow.
yeah.
One night. That's
crazy. We got word today, when we were over meeting at the skate park, that the new pickleball courts will be looked at and refinished again end of May,
Okay.
somewhere, end of May, 1st of June, for that contractor to come over and look at that. The pool's our next big focus, so we're gonna get on that here next week. We'll be full out to make sure we get all that stuff buttoned up and make sure pumps are going and all that good stuff. And we're just getting trained on new software. Our software has an end date of September, so we're trying to learn new software and continue the old software at the same time, so juggling.
Questions of Matt? Thank you. Mike?
I had a representative from, I believe it's, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, FACO, F-A-C-O.
Okay.
Presented to look at one of our Alma valves. They're a representative. I met the guy at a dinner that I was at last year, and contacted him to come up one of our valves for a secondary. Wasn't working. It kept blowing fuses, and once they came out and looked at it and opened it up, they found some burnt wires and things on the inside of it. So they disassembled that and sent it back to the company to see what it's going to cost to repair that. We had to replace our secondary scum pump. That's been delivered. So we changed. Well, we had an extra, so it just becomes the one we had is in there working. So the one we bought becomes a spare. It'll actually work in 2 places. And I worked out an agreement with PowerPoint Services in Fort Wayne that when our digester's down for all its repairs, that they're going to come in and look at our sludge heater, the boiler, and clean it, punch the water tubes if they have to, and basically just inspect everything, and then tune it on natural gas. And then once it's back up and running and it gets colder, then they'll come back in and tune it on methane gas. Since it's a dual fuel, it switches back and forth. So I worked out an agreement on that. We got a decent price, I think, $6,000 to do everything. So I thought that was pretty good. remember long-term control plan, we completed that a couple years ago. I just got a letter from the state on Monday that they completed their, they had done a level of control review. And they've looked back from 2022 through 2024, and there's about 10 points that they're not happy with that I'm trying to address. I think I got 6 out of the 10 addressed so far. I have not put the report together. I wasn't very pleased with the letter, but I'm usually not pleased with them anymore. So I'll address that and I'll get that back and let you know how that goes. So. Other than just day-to-days, so.
Question, Mike? Thank you. Marcia?
Nothing.
Rosie?
Nothing.
A couple of things for Gary, for our police chief. We got recommendations for all 3 of the applicant, or the candidates, if you will, from Public Safety Medical, and so they're kind of waiting on perf now on that. Tornado sirens are still being assessed as to the issues that they're having at a couple of them, which is basically the FOP, DePoy Drive, and Lincoln Way. Obviously, those are all in the same general area. For some reason, the motors are burnt up in both locations, and the motors have been discontinued. So Gary's looking at options of getting them back up and running. Radar and LiDAR recertifications are on May 8th. They're doing another emergency vehicle operations training course that I think we approved the street closure on that on Tower View on May 4th, and of course gearing up for other different events and stuff. For Tom, the Sierra Wireless issues, I think with Truck 101 is fixed and operational, and they're working on the Truck 102. All 3 candidates have been approved for the fire, and so they're actually going to be starting on May 5th and working Monday through Friday 8-hour shifts per day for 2 weeks to kind of get the training done before they get assigned to different ABC shifts, if you will. 107 is leaking somewhere around the turret, and so we're hopeful Adam's going to get that fixed for us, and 4 guys are still taking the Certified Fire Investigator course, and that's going to conclude at the end of the month. They're still sending SCBA bottles for hydro testing, and 5 applicants passed the physical agility test this last Saturday, and so they are moving to interviews on May 8th. That'll be for 1 position. And what else? What else do I got here? For Shoda, they started North Park Drive's water main improvements there, cleaning the storm drains and fixing manholes in that area. They did have a pump go down in the chlorine room, and I'm pretty sure they've gotten it fixed now, but I asked, because he had called me Thursday of last week, I think it was Thursday of last week, but he said that they're getting it taken care of and stuff, but residents shouldn't notice a difference. So they are at a conference this week, I believe. So I think that's generally, Terry. Terry received quotes to update the DC. Don't ask me what that means, because he told me and now I've forgotten it. But anyways, he's working on that. They're working on kind of getting the old jail kind of wired, just to kind of get it to where it needs to be. We'll talk more about that during council, Dan. Met with SOS and Chip and the electric department to kind of go over plans for Eagle Park. I know there was a fair amount of work that was done by SOS over at Eagle Park. So, besides that, a lot of things happening here at the city this week especially. Tomorrow is Administrative Professionals Day, so thanks out there to my assistant Ashley Buckles for all of her hard work and keeping me in the straight and narrow. We have Youth Council on Thursday, and Friday is Mayor's Roundtable in Delphi, so I'll be out on Friday.
And Arbor Day.
Oh, and Arbor Day, yes, I'll be missing Arbor Day, but Councilman Romano will be there, I believe, so.
I need to ask her tonight. So.
Oh, yeah, that would be important. Then next Monday and Tuesday, we have stakeholder interviews for the comprehensive plan from different business and nonprofit and other groups like that. And what else? I think that's pretty much it, I think, that I have right now. So, Dan?
I just want to express gratitude to Sean for opening up for IMPA to go down to the mines and see how our electricity is generated. This is one of the top 5 experiences for me, to see how that is handled to coal mine and brought over and then turned into electricity. It's just mind-boggling to me how huge that place is and how clean that place is. I was expecting something totally different. And it's a lot of respect goes out to those people working it and how they designed that facility. It is amazing feat to see that. It's hard to explain when you see all the technology that went into that facility to understand, it was amazing.
Yeah.
That's all I can say, and I'll say that at council too. It was an awesome experience.
Thank you, Dan. Lisa?
I don't have anything.
Okay, we have no press and no audience, so we will call the meeting adjourned. Thank you.